So they all just forgot that Aang had other children? Oh no, that's terrifying. 3 of them. Oh, a small one. Punching the best decision? I don't know. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to The Legend of Korra Season 2, Episode 2. Now, the last episode has got me really excited for this season, mainly just because the start was quite interesting. It was so different to the Season 1 start, where he perfectly said what her struggles were, and it laid on what she was going through very thickly. She excelled at all the other bending, but airbending she couldn't connect with the spiritual stuff, and it opened you up to the Republic City, and also gave the face to the villain of the season. Now, this start of the season, we've left Republic City, gone back to the Southern Tribe. There's a conflict between Tenzin and Korra, and her father as well. And there isn't really a set villain at the minute, which I quite like. Now it's making me think of who could the villain be for this season. Right now, I think maybe Unalaq, only because Tenzin and Korra's father feel iffy about him. That's kind of it. As soon as I know why they're like that, I'm sure it'll be explained. But right now, it feels like there's some secret going on there, which could lead somewhere, because we trust Tenzin and Korra's father. So it was like, what is happening there? But then on the other hand, Unalaq seems to be very interesting in the fact that he can do weird stuff with spirits. And I cannot wait to see more on that, because it looked really cool what he did. Like, whatever the spirits are going through, he was able to purify them in a way we have never seen. And it's almost like it's again calling into question whether or not the Avatar is needed. Aang was the bridge between Avatar and the mortal world. Now you have another guy who isn't an Avatar, just a random person able to connect with the spirits and calm them, which is what the Avatar is meant to do. Yeah, I cannot wait to get into this episode, but if you guys do enjoy this video, please remember to like, subscribe. It really does help the channel to grow, and if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in. I still love seeing... This is the South Pole, right? Okay, no, the spirit, probably, I'm guessing, angry. But I just love looking at the South Pole. It's grown so much. This is the South Pole, and I'm not getting confused, right?
I'm here to help you begin your spiritual training. We're going to one of the most remote places in the world.
They have camels.
Long neglected spiritual center of your tribe.
Neglected spiritual center, interesting.
Train me at the South Pole?
Oh, the actual pole.
By neglecting the spirits, the people of the South have brought darkness upon themselves, and now it threatens to destroy our tribe.
See, all of this sounds great, but why are Tenzin and the dad so against this? They've seen the effects of the neglect, and yet they were still against her learning this stuff.
Isn't it magnificent?
Ooh! Oh, they've cleaned it up, and it looks all fancy and nice again.
Master Tenzin, welcome!
Good to see you again, Abbot Shun.
Good to know that Airbender Island isn't the only air stuff there. Of course, probably the only airbenders, but it's nice to see that their air culture is still around in other places.
It is an ancient airbender head shaver we've refurbished just for you.
Ah!
Oh. Okay.
These flowers once filled the mountainside. Now they can brighten up your room.
Such lavish gifts.
Anything for the mother of the next generation of airbenders.
That gift is mine! You don't even like to read.
Oh dear, what fun. So proud.
Mommy, Daddy, look! I finally got a lemur!
Is he on top of the other guy?
Cookie, come back!
Oh, that poor lemur. Fly away.
Excuse me, a little help here?
Sorry, I thought you were the servants. Avatar Aang had other children?
Oh.
The world is filled with more airbenders?
We're not airbenders.
Oh.
So they all just forgot that Aang had other children? Oh, this is actually quite a shame. So were they like in the shadow of... obviously, okay, yeah, they were obviously in the shadow of Tenzin then. This is an interesting dynamic. I'm glad that we're getting to see and follow them go through their little world trip journey. And it's so interesting that Aang wouldn't have neglected his other children, would he? But so they obviously feel neglected by the world then, or just less important.
I'm coming.
Absolutely not. You're a distraction to Korra and a hindrance to what needs to be done.
Also, what happened between you two?
She needs someone to watch after her.
So there's danger there. So you even understand there's danger there. It's not allowing for things to be fixed over there?
He's ignored my warnings in the past and hasn't learned since.
What happened in the past?
Yes, tell me.
Doesn't matter. What matters is the Everstorm.
What?
It's a massive blizzard that's battered the South Pole for decades. I'm coming.
Oh, so that you couldn't... Is it like something you couldn't get there safely to do this thing? Is that what's been stopping you from doing it? Did you want to do it and you just couldn't? Then you're going now. Oh, you have snowmobiles and yet you're still riding camels.
Check it out. I'm traveling in style.
Oh, wait, is that from your witch friend?
I mean, if I get lost, I can survive in this thing for like a month. Who wants some freeze-dried cucumber quats? Nobody?
No one cares. So bowling, yeah, this is all like progression stuff. So would Unalaq be open to having all this stuff here? Because the tradition, would you bring this new stuff over to this sacred place?
Have the capacity for 2 passengers?
Sure does. But, who's gonna drive?
Ow. Oh dear, that relationship just looks like so much fun.
So, once we get to the South Pole, then what happens?
You will open an ancient spirit portal.
Huh?
At the South Pole, there is a portal that connects our world to the spirit world.
Really?
It has long been closed.
You're meant to open that?
There are no evil spirits. There is light and dark in them all.
I just think co.
If you can open the portal in time, balance will be restored.
What do you mean in time?
Okay, what?
Glacier Spirits Festival ends on the winter solstice.
Oh
That's
no, it's
when
more
the
time
spirit world
alignment.
and the physical world are close together.
Oh, true, and that's when the portal needs to open, and that would restore the light and dark balance. Because I guess they are like connected to the world, so they would need to be able to do whatever they need to do with whatever the portal is. Ooh, it's that little gremlin one. Okay, you sense it. Oh no, that's terrifying. 3 of them. And gone. That is so terrifying. That is wonderful. See, so why was it left this long? I can get why people wouldn't want to come down here now because of the danger that it would present, but why take this long to do it?
Don't worry. I will protect you, my feeble turtle duck.
Thank you.
Aw, kind of sweet.
The spirits are angry because he's here. Haven't you ever wondered how your father ended up in the South Pole?
Yes, oh wait, that's all connected?
You should have told her a long time ago.
Told me what?
Get it out with it, come on.
I left the North Pole because I was banished.
Ooh, so you did some bad stuff over there, but then you still became... he's chief, right? So he became chief after being banished.
Brother, we're being attacked!
By who? Who would attack you? It's peace, right? Oh, even that's expanded. Awesome. So it's become a giant city. What's attacking you? What's happening? Okay, soldiers, what? I thought where's the peace gone? What nation are you from? I would almost think Fire Nation, but I don't want to think Fire Nation. They've done too much already.
I drove them out of the city and deep into the frozen tundra.
What about, who are they? Wait, is that your spiritual connection thing with this, fish? Or is this a completely different place?
Them deep into an ancient forest.
Is it a completely different place? Okay.
Many believed this forest was the home to spirits.
Bendy trees. Yeah, seems like it.
But we wouldn't attack on such hallowed ground.
Who are
They
these
thought
people?
wrong.
Okay, so right, you're attacking on sacred ground. I'm guessing that's not a good thing.
We captured the barbarians, but in the process we destroyed the forest.
Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, spirits are definitely angry at you. Oh, there's like a whole hay-buy situation all over again, isn't it?
Realized the consequences of what I had done.
Oh, I love the sounds.
I unknowingly let loose angry spirits.
Oh, there's so many. Oh, great. It's like hay-buy, but like on steroids. There's so many of them. But then you can do this, which, I mean, there's other, Aang, so yeah, if he were there with Heibai, you could have done the same thing to help Heibai. Then this forest still isn't fixed. Did Aang try to fix, I think there were seeds planted so the forest would grow back.
I was able to guide the spirits back to the forest, but by then, the damage had been done.
Well, I feel like the spirits would be still angry. The whole place is still destroyed.
My father banished me from the Northern Water tribe in shame.
Oh, great. That's lovely. So is it following it? More fathers banishing children and stuff. Great. So is it that he's afraid to go to this sacred place because he thinks anything that could happen there could end up destroying the Southern Pole again? He doesn't want to accidentally revisit history, even if it could save it. I get because he doesn't understand it, but then he could learn it.
Why do you keep hiding things from me and then telling me it's for my own protection? I'm tired of you protecting me.
It would have been helpful if he told it before. Again, it's his little conflict. He sees Korra as his daughter, and I guess he starts seeing her as the avatar, the person that needs all the information to help the world instead of just hiding it from her.
Wow.
Oh, the avatar room.
Statue room.
And got a statue too.
Here you will find statues of every avatar who ever lived.
So this really would this go back like the first ever one?
Where are your brother and sister?
Oh no, they're gonna destroy everything. Wait, surely not. This would have had plenty of airbenders in it.
Milo!
They destroyed one. That's your grandfather. Aww. I wonder when this got built then, because I doubt it would have been after he died. I wonder if he ever got to see the statue. What's happening? What was that? What was going on with you?
But I don't want you to make the same mistake I made. I should have never gone into that forest.
There's the fear of redoing his past mistakes.
Spirit and the physical world should remain separate.
But then they're still attacking.
Where I'm from, the spirits are at peace and they light up the dark.
Okay.
The Northern Lights.
Yes, Northern Lights. So no Southern Lights?
During the 100-Year War, the South was thrown out of balance.
Yep.
And the lights disappeared.
So has it never been put back into balance? Is that where it started?
Now the spirits no longer dance in your skies. Instead, they rampage in the Everstorm.
Okay, so the southern pole was basically nearly decimated because of the Fire Nation. You had Katara was the only waterbender left. Oh great, it's green. That is horrifying. Oh, whoa. Okay, but yeah, so it basically became spiritually barren plus mortally barren. It was just a desert, essentially. And then people started rebuilding it. And it came back, the people came back, waterbenders came back, but the spirituality of the place did not. So it got even more still out of balance. Oh dear, this place is terrifying.
Bolin, just stay calm. There's no reason.
Oh, a small one. Oh, and they're stealing your stuff. Okay, so they're not just destructive and mindless. They are actually smart, and because they're stealing their supplies. That is interesting.
Korra, look out!
Okay. Oh, I love their movements. Oh, their form is just up to them, isn't it? Oh, great. Yeah, but it does not like the new technology. And they're growing. They can just do whatever they want. Oh, wait. What? You're trying to do it? Can you do it? No, you can't do it! It almost like receptive to it. It has teeth! Okay, but you can. So why, okay, Korra, why did you try? You haven't even been taught it yet. Why did you think you'd just be able to do it like that?
Is everyone okay?
Oh, no, he's still got those two with him. And steer around.
I'll save you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that is awesome. You just made up and you're just skating down. Okay, I'm really loving these two now. Oh, dear me, wow.
Can someone please deflate me?
Oh, okay, well done.
Oh, great. There goes our equipment. Now what are we supposed to do?
There's only one thing to do.
That almost makes me feel like the spirits don't want you here. But then again, it's out of balance, the dark, they may not have control over what they're doing.
No, Dad. You're leaving.
Pushing him away. Okay. Yeah, I get it. But numbers still help here. Do you really want him to go back alone through all this when spirits were following you?
I'll keep an eye on Korra for you.
Thank you, Marco.
It's definitely her temper. I completely understand why she's doing this, but of course, logically, there's strength in numbers in this sort of situation. I'm not sure if that decision would be the right one. It's understandable, but is it the correct one? Because this probably ain't going to help him either, because he's just going to be drowning in fear of what they could end up doing here. He's not going to see if they succeed or fail. He's just going to be sitting at home, probably waiting for spirits to start attacking.
Sometimes I wonder whose side you're on.
There aren't any side. We all just want to help however we can. You have to trust that we're here for you.
That also highlights another thing. Why does she always see it as different sides of things? Why does she always feel like anyone who, I guess, goes against her is immediately an enemy? It's the distrust.
You must find your way to the heart of the forest where the dormant spirit portal lies. From here, you're on your own.
Great. Oh, lovely.
There's no way she's going alone. Yeah!
Avatar,
If she goes,
kinda...
we go too.
The Avatar must go alone.
Avatar's duty.
I don't have any connection with the spirits. In fact, it seems like they hate me.
Being
You have to believe it.
dark spirits seem to hate you. I think they hate everything.
I guess I'm just so used to people telling me how to do things that I forgot what it was like to have someone trust in me.
Oh.
All the past avatars live on inside of you. Let them guide you.
Yes, good. Trust the spirit stuff. That's probably one of her big issues. She's always has to be in control, like fighting, that sort of thing. She doesn't it's the trust thing as well. She doesn't trust the spirits to take over and guide her. She has to be the one in charge. It would be a good step for her if she's able to let the spirits lead her. Yeah, this place is cool. So this is like a frozen forest. Is it meant to be frozen? Probably not. It was meant to be like a green, nice place like in the north. And this place has been distorted for ages. So yeah, probably not meant to be just a frozen forest. It's nice that there's at least a pathway though, so it hasn't completely blocked it off. There is like an option that it would let you through. Did the spirits like do this, or is this just like nature and like because it's unkept, it's become this way? Or did the spirits make it this way to try and make people not come here? And there's a zippy zap snake looking one. What's that gonna do? Oh, great, no. They're turning more into ghosts by the second, aren't they? They're just turning, yeah, oh dear. Oh, wow, they're tying you up. I'm trying to analyze, like, their actions here. Like, what are they trying to do? They're clearly intelligent. It's not just mindless destruction. They tied her up and then tried to attack. Okay, they can't get through. Yeah, and plus, what are their abilities like? So they can't teleport into this place then, but they can just appear anywhere else? What happened with you? You're just, what? So after that weird moment in the statue room, you're just fine? Nope, what's happening?
What avatar is this?
Oh, that's the thing that, yeah, that's the thing that Unalaq's doing. The weird bendy water thing. Is punching the best decision? I don't know. I feel like maybe meditating is probably... It's attacking. You don't want to attack Portal? Meditating is probably best.
Isn't it opening?
Meditate. Oh no. Oh, there's so much! And they're all the snake ones. Okay, are they gonna...
Come on, portal, open!
That's not gonna do anything. Oh, they formed into one! Oh, great, what now? These things seem so insane. Punching is gonna solve nothing here. And this has tied you up with ropes and suspended you in the air. What now? What does it... Oh. Oh, they're letting go. Because of the avatar state? They see you as a spirit, maybe? Nope. It just makes you stronger a bit. Avatar state, that would touch it. Did something. That, I'm guessing that's opened it. Storm looks kind of gone. Oh, the lights are back. Okay, so that did it.
Spirits dancing in the sky.
Oh, and that's glowing too. Okay, everything's connected. Are they happy then? Like, I feel like, what about the angry ones? Does that just instantly make everything happy?
It's beautiful.
Is it done? I feel like there was a lot left to do. I feel like, is that it? Is that just spirits calm? You happy, sad, seeing the success?
She did it.
Happy, okay, it was just reservation about not repeating the past mistakes. That's where he came from. Happy with that.
Hey, Korra, you're back! Hey!
I want the forest to become like leaves and trees. Oh.
Why are you initiating physical contact with another woman?
Oh, they're jealous? That was his friend. Okay, bit controlling.
Avatar Korra, you have taken the first step in bringing balance back to the South.
Can this whole season just be about rebuilding everything after the war? Because it seems like other things are all out of balance everywhere. What's going on with the other places? How out of balance are they?
It's hard being the Avatar.
Harder being the Avatar's boyfriend.
No. Okay, getting more on board with their relationship is nice, yes. Oh, what's that? Is that good? Why isn't there an armada? What does any of this mean?
What are all your northern troops doing here?
They're his?
The first step in getting the Southern Water Tribe back on its righteous.
Why aren't we seeing your eyes?
There's more difficult work to be done before our two tribes are truly united.
What are you doing? This seems aggressive. Oh, I was just starting to think he might be... Okay, no, I feel like he's definitely a bad guy, isn't he? Okay, this episode was honestly really good. Just seeing all the spiritual side of everything. Love that and love how terrifying it all is. The spirits are so intriguing with how they've changed it up for this then. Because obviously in Avatar The Last Airbender, the spirits looked a whole lot weirder and I guess more unique in their own sense. But if you're going to make an army of them, it kind of be a tall order to make all of them look unique. You have to unify them in some way. And I like how they are all unique, but they're more of a energy here rather than a physical thing. Like Ko and Heibai, they were physical entities which you can describe. These, I feel like they're shapeless and they can just take whatever shape they want. And they're unified by just their aesthetic being purple and just creepy. And the eyes. But it's great to have a look at just more of the balancing that's going on in the world. So Aang, I guess, he restored balance, I guess, to the mortal world. But then, again, his death sort of leaves things in an iffy spot. So it's surprising that Aang didn't go back to this place and try and fix things here. Was he, not allowed to? Or, why did he not do it then, if this was such a big issue? Because obviously... Unalaq and Korra's father would have been alive during... they would have been alive That's actually a good question. When Aang died, did Korra immediately be born? Is that like how that worked? Because like it could have been Aang dying and then maybe Unalaq. I don't know how. Like I'm trying to think. Would Unalaq and Korra's father be alive when Aang was? Could they have talked to him about fixing the stuff in the water tribes? It feels like it would be a big... But then maybe he got caught up in Republic City and just maybe neglected it, which I really hate the thought of, but it kind of makes sense. It's like, why didn't he do anything here? If this has been going on for so long, that there was a giant green storm and no lights. But like Katara would have had big stakes in this to try and get things fixed, because since she lives here. But I do like what this is highlighting for Korra and what little development it does do for her here. We're getting to see that she's in this place where she's basically seeing everything that she's trusted is kind of a lie, and she's trying to re-establish who she can trust. Her father, the person that she should be able to trust explicitly, lied to her for a lot of things, saying that Aang was the one to lock her away basically and train her in the northern tribe and just not have any life. Actually, no, that was Tenzin and her father's decision. So the thing that sort of messed her up actually was all her father's fault. Explains the rift between them, and that is now stretching to everyone because it was such a foundational form of trust. It's good that she's re-establishing the trust with other people then, but she's also forming it with Unalaq, which I'm starting to think isn't the best thing, especially with what's happening at the end where it seems like almost he's invading. It doesn't look friendly. The music is suspenseful, and he's brought an armada of like very dark looking ships. It looks very ominous, and soldiers and all of this stuff. It does not look friendly. Because I'm trying to think what his like motivations are with all of this. He wanted to restore balance. He seems like he's very much with the spiritual stuff, with all of his studying, wanted to restore balance and heal his other nation, or the other half of the water nation, whatever. They're not really two separate nations, but they're also like the water tribes. We also know he's the chief. So does he have loftier goals than just re-establishing the spirits? It almost seems like he wants to, as he said, unite the nations and maybe form one thing. And to start that, maybe he needed to balance out the spiritual side of it so it was safe to invade. Maybe that's what he's trying to do, which wouldn't be great. But yeah, then there's also highlighted a few more faults that Korra can try and like overcome then. So with her trying to do the spirit thingy, it's like I'm guessing that's how she learned before. With all the bending techniques, she saw it and then immediately was able to do it. We saw her as like a child be able to firebend, earthbend, and waterbend immediately. So I guess that's something that she's always thought she could do, and then airbending came in, and she couldn't quite do it. Same with the Avatar state. So she thought to try and do the spiritual stuff and the weird glowing water. She tried it and didn't quite work. So at least we're getting to see that failure, and now it can be set up, because we never got to see her like fail when she first tried airbending. That would have been interesting to see. Like I imagine that would have started on very early in life, and she just thought for so many years that she could never do airbending. That would have been like very like difficult for her to go through. But now the same thing is happening here. She saw something that she thinks she should be able to do and can't do it. So it'll be interesting to see if she goes through the same thing like she did with airbending, where she just gets frustrated by not being able to do it, or if she's more open to actually taking the time to learn how to do it. But then we also had the trying to punch the portal open, which that was never going to work. So I'm glad that it's the Avatar state. That's the spiritual thing. That thing can open it, and that was her trusting the Avatar spirits. Because it's her trust issues where her foundational trust has been shaken, so now she can't even trust the past spirits that are now inside of her. And she had to try and do it herself first, and only when things got really bad did she have to depend on others. So I do like that we're getting to see her have to rebuild all of these things after such a foundational thing has been destroyed. But yeah, then I guess on the weirder side of things, we are following Tenzin's side of the story, which I'm very happy with. I love getting to see the airbender stuff, that they have rebuilt the temple. I'd love it if we get to see all of them, because this was Aang's home then. This was the first southern airbender tribe that we saw, where we got to see Monk Gyatso's skeleton. That was lovely to see. Yeah, so they are here. We get to see a glimpse of, I guess, whatever tensions within the family, where Kaya and Bumi seem invisible, where the world loves Tenzin because he was the first or the next airbender to come after Aang. Everyone would have loved that, to see the balance come back and see the airbenders continue. Kaya and Bumi get left behind because they're not airbenders. That probably would have, because, I honestly wonder what kind of father Aang would have been. Would he have been, I doubt he would have been disappointed in any of his children. I feel like the world would have been disappointed that Kaya and Bumi weren't airbenders, or at least the air cultures as a society would have been disappointed that his other children weren't airbenders, that he had 1 out of 3 that were airbenders. And now we're getting to see that it's still affecting them in adulthood, and maybe that is a rift between the siblings, because we saw them picking on Tenzin in the last episode, so maybe that is because the world favoured him more than them. Then we have Jinora, who is going through whatever weird thing that's happening there. I don't understand what was happening there at all. Was she sensing something? She noticed something, turned around, and she looked terrified. Then she found the weird statue, which is glowing with the same weird spiritual stuff hovering around it. That statue looked like it was made of wood and very old. So I'm wondering how that connects to the spirit portal, because it didn't light up any other statues, just that one. So that's another mystery that I cannot wait to see how that unravels. And I love that there is a connection between the two stories, and that means they must merge eventually, and I think that's going to be very satisfying to see. To begin, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I love what it does for Korra, and I will say I didn't quite catch it in the first episode, where it does show that all of her trust has basically been shaken because what her father did. But this one really solidified that that is what's going on now. All of the things that she's put her trust in have been shaken because her foundation trust has been destroyed. So I love that we're now getting to see her have to re-establish all these different things with Mako. That's why she gets angry when he's not on her side and all of this. Why she's saying that there are sides between things. It's because the whole foundation that her trust has been built on turns out to have been a lie because of what her father did. I mean, I love that they even go to the lengths where she can't even trust the avatar state, where she does see that as like a consciousness within her, a collective consciousness of people, where she can't even put her trust in that because her entire system of trust has been broken. And it's nice to see that that kind of got healed a bit here, where she did get to put her father sort of in his place a bit after getting him to, because the father got a lot of problems going on, so it's good that she got essentially rid of him in this sort of thing, because he would only hinder the operation. Now she's put her trust in Unalaq, and I feel like that's going to be shattered as well. So this season, I can already see, is going to go back and forth between who she can trust, and she's just going to waver between so many things because of how shaken her trust has become. I think that's going to be a really interesting story to follow, where it's going to make her feel very alone because she can't literally put her trust in anyone. But it's going to be very interesting to see how that does eventually get resolved. Then we have Unalaq, and I have to say this episode made me so hopeful that he was like good, because I had my suspicions because Tenzin and the dad didn't like the idea of Korra learning from him. It seems like there's something else in their past which hasn't been touched on yet, but even Tenzin has something that he doesn't like about this guy. I mean, even the dad he's not saying what he doesn't like. We just get to know that he got banished, and the Unalaq really didn't do a lot enjoying all that. But from that was my first suspicion of some motive, just some hidden information where the two trusted characters that we trust don't quite like this guy. Then during this entire episode, he seemed to be great. He seemed to be doing good. He guided Korra. He didn't tell her what exactly to do. He trusted her, and he gave her the trust that she's looking for. And in turn, he gained her trust, which is already shaky. So he is now essentially, I guess, replaced the dad in the foundational trust, which ain't great. Especially with how this episode ends, where it seems like he's invading the Southern Water Tribe. It seems his goals are loftier than just balance, and now I'm just speculating, but I'm guessing he wants to conquer the Water Tribe and try to unite them in a way. And I think he couldn't do that until that balance had been returned to the tribes. And now that that's happened and that he's gotten his way, it is now safe for his men to come and invade because he knows they're not going to be attacked by angry spirits. It'll be interesting to see where this goes now, because of course Korra trusts him, and so it'll be interesting to see if she immediately breaks that trust and goes try and stop him, or she'll try and rationalize this and see that it might be better that he's in charge rather than her father who betrayed her. It'd be annoying to see that, but it would be understandable because, of course, you don't want like family to divide themselves like this, but you can almost see it happening. It's set up that way where Unalaq has taken the place of her father, and it'll be so interesting to see if she does side with him with what's going on here. Would she be happy and side with him taking over? Then we have Tonrak, Korra's dad. I like that we got to see his history and get his sort of character explained here. I just like his little story that he got to go through, where it's basically he didn't want his daughter going here because of his past mistakes, and he didn't want to repeat those mistakes. He saw what it did to his tribe and how his father banished him because of it, and he doesn't want that Korra to go through that. I guess that could be another fear where he doesn't want to risk having to banish Korra. I doubt he would actually do it, but it would basically be him reliving the mistake which ruined his life. Or not ruined it, it sent it on a completely different direction. But this still leaves me with so many questions about what was going on in the Southern Pole. I'm guessing this didn't really become an issue until now, because I imagine, or until he became chief. Because I'm so sure that when Aang was the Avatar, he would have come and solved this thing. Katara lived here. I'm sure that she would have wanted this solved too. But if Tonrak was the chief and he had this whole aversion to the spiritual stuff and didn't want anyone touching it, I imagine he would have tried to probably gotten in the way of Aang trying to help, which then led to this disaster because of the trauma he faces from what he did to the Northern Tribe. Then this also makes me wonder what is the Northern Tribe doing currently? With the center of spiritual stuff, what seemed like the weird forest, unless that's not the center, with that destroyed, wouldn't that still mean bad things are going to happen for them? I feel like there's a lot left to go into with this character and what his past is, how that relates to Unalaq. And I'm very interested to see what his dynamic with Korra is going to continue to be. Will Korra side with him with Tonlok's army coming? With Unalaq's army coming? Or will she side with her dad and go against Unalaq? It's going to be very interesting to see how her sort of parental figure changes over this, because I feel like she's definitely going towards Unalaq as a father figure with the whole trust thing. And it'll be interesting to see how Tonlok is able to solve this. That has to be how this sort of can be healed. She can only gain trust back with others if she heals her foundational trust, which is her father. How does she heal and fix that relationship? Then we have Jinora, where that's the weirder side of the story, with whatever's going on with her and the statues. She was able to sense weird things when, like the first one, in the Hall of the Statues, nothing happened there, yet she still sensed something. And then she was able to go to the statue that had all the weird glowing stuff with it, which happened when the portal opened. Weird stuff is going on with her, which I'm looking forward to finding out what that is, but I do like how it's connecting the stories, where we're getting to see Tenzin's side of things and Jinora, and how that is connecting with Korra's side of stuff, because she activated the portal and that activated the statue and Jinora saw it, so something's going on there, and I like how they're all connected, because then eventually it can bring them all together to whatever they'll have to fight or stop or win against. And I do want to look at the siblings, because I do like how this sets up an interesting story for them, and I'm really hoping it continues and gets explored. Having the air nomads basically not recognize them and think they were servants to Tenzin sets like a really powerful message, I guess. It shows that they didn't even know who these people were. They didn't even realize that Tenzin had siblings. That seems odd. I feel like Aang would take all of his children to these places and they would be recognizable as the Avatar's children. Yet for some reason only Tenzin is recognized. These people didn't even realize that he had siblings, which is a huge thing. And the way that they reacted to, of course, having the disappointment in the air nomad's face when, of course, it was excitement. There's more airbenders. Oh no, they're not actually airbenders. They're useless people. Great. That's the reaction the air nomad had. And the siblings' reaction to that was just sheer disappointment, and it felt like it's something they had experienced before. I feel like if that was their first time hearing it, they would have just brushed it off, but it felt like they just took it in a way they've heard it like before, which just is so sad to think about. And it makes me wonder about last episode where they were teasing Tenzin and Katara looked sad. I'm going to get their names mixed up because of Korka. Katara looked sad seeing them pick on Tenzin. So maybe that's something within their dynamic. Tenzin got all the spotlight, being the airbender, carrying on the airbending traditions, while Kaya and Bumi weren't. So, while Tenzin got all the glory, they picked on him to make themselves feel better. It's a very broken sort of family dynamic, and it seems that even Katara saw that with how she saw them fighting. So I would love it if we get to see them sort of heal over this journey. But I do wonder how that's possible when they're going to specifically air nation places. I feel like they're just going to get this all over and over again. When they go to the next air temple, oh, Tenzin has siblings? Are you airbenders? Then they find out that they're not, and then they're disappointed. I feel like this cycle's going to keep escalating. Eventually they might say something, and that could be how it gets healed. But it's going to be very interesting to see if that story gets more focus on, because I would love to see what happened there. I don't want to think of Aang being a bad father and like showering Tenzin with affection because he's an airbender. I feel like the world did that, and I want that like confirmed for me. So then the spirits, it seems like that story's kind of been solved then. So they've opened the spirit portal, seemed like they're dancing in the sky now, but then again that could be Unalaq lying. That might not be spirits dancing. If it is, it means like the spirits, I guess, are done. We didn't see any angry spirits. Korra was able to walk out of the place fine. They didn't get attacked, and they were able to get back to the city fine. So it seems like the problem is rather solved in the first 2 episodes. That strikes me as odd, and it feels like it's not quite over yet, especially with Korra still needing to learn the weird technique. So it makes me wonder what is happening there. Where can spirits show up again? Maybe if they go to the northern tribe with the weird forest that was still destroyed, maybe something's going on there where she can learn the bending thing. But it's very interesting that that seems to be solved in the 2nd episode. Yeah, I do really love how the spirits are portrayed. They are so creepy and just, they're really, really interesting to think about. In Avatar The Last Airbender's story, the spirits were very freaky and creepy to look at. Heibai with his 6 limbs, Ko just looked like a whole mess of nightmares. And now these are far more spiritual in the traditional sense. They're like wisps, they're gas. They don't have a tangible form like Ko and Heibai. Their movements feel unhuman and supernatural, and the way their eyes glow and move. All of it, I feel like they're playing on a lot of traditional spiritual sense and imagery. And I do like that for the sort of seeing them as darker things. They are imbalanced. And it's good to actually see another representation of what happens when the spirits are unbalanced. Does that mean Ko was unbalanced before? And how long has he been unbalanced since he's a face stealer? Yeah, I just really love the design of the spirits, and hopefully we get to see more of them now. because it's a portal, they said, that's open. The spiritual world is connected to the mortal world. So that, I would assume, is like a doorway. That is connected to the actual spiritual world. I would not be surprised if more spirits end up showing up because they now have a direct connection to the mortal world rather than just manifesting out of the snow. As for what's next, I cannot wait to see how the story develops. It seems like Unalaq is trying to unite the water nations aggressively and take over, and I cannot wait to see how Korra reacts to that. Either, because it's all about her trust, what that trust is foundationed on. It was her father, that has been shattered, so now her trust sort of goes to Unalaq, who's trusting her. So with his impending invasion, would she rationalise that as he is now her source of trust and her security, and think, oh no, I trust him, he trusts me, whatever he's doing, I think it's fine, I trust him? Or would she go back to her father, considering that this new trust is quite new, and she'd go back to the original one? It's going to be very interesting to see what she ends up doing and how this will affect the story going forward, because Unalaq definitely feels like he's becoming more, I guess, the antagonist, not quite villainous, but antagonist, with just what he is doing here. I do love the story of trust, and I cannot wait to see how that eventually gets fixed as well, because it feels like almost that the only way to fix Korra's trust is to heal her relationship with her father. That seems very difficult. It seems like it definitely was not done in this episode, and that feels like the main goal that has to be done for her to actually get trust restored in everything. I can't see how they can fix it, because there's still stuff being hidden. We still don't know what their relationship is between Tonraq and Unalaq, so that's still unknown, and that's still a source of mistrust. What does Tonraq not like about his brother? What happened there? And as long as that's still unknown, Korra cannot fully trust her father, meaning she will trust Unalaq, who is showing her trust. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I think it was very fun. I love the style of it as well. Just seeing all the animation at work with the spirits, the lights, all of it was very beautiful. And I love the lore, I guess, it does for the Southern Pole. That it's a centre of spiritual activity, or at least the exact South Pole is, which acts as a gateway or portal between the mortal world and the spiritual world. We also get much more development on the main focus of this season being trust and the idea of progression versus tradition. And just mainly seeing how Korra is sort of, her entire foundation of trust has been broken and how that is affecting every other person that she did trust before. She's currently in a state of instability, and now she's finding her footing in what she can trust and what she can't. So it's very interesting to see how that will progress and how the show will just explore it in general. But I think I just love that we're stepping outside of Republic City. We're going to other places. Hope this isn't the end of going to other places too. I hope that we get to go to many different locations in the Avatar world with Korra, just getting to see how it's all changed. And I think I also love how they're doing that with Tenzin, going to the air temples, getting to see how that's changed and how it seems like a lot more life is there. After seeing it in Avatar, in The Last Airbender, it felt very dead and just destroyed. Now it seems full of life. I love how these two stories are going side by side, and we're getting to see the progression, and we're getting to see how they're both connected with whatever's going on with Jinora and the statue. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for episode 3. See ya!